This dude's life gets turned completely upside down, but the weirdest part? His own mom's acting totally bizarre. So he's laid up in bed, completely out of it, and instead of spoon-feeding him or anything, she just plops down a tray of food and walks away. Then, get this, when he's finally able to get around in a wheelchair, she straight up shoves him into the water, like leaves him struggling and yelling for help. Now, this is a woman who used to do everything for him, had all these dreams for his future. How does a mom go from that to this? Is it pure hatred? Is she just completely let down? Or is there some other messed up reason behind all this? Okay, let's rewind a bit to many years before everything went south. This guy is walking towards his girlfriend, all smiles with his pet pig in tow. Why? Because he's about to propose. He's got the ring, the whole 9 yards. But just as he's about to drop to one knee, the pig goes rogue. It bolts, and these two end up chasing after it like something out of a cartoon. After a wild goose chase, they finally wrangle the little porker. He seizes the moment, pulls out the ring, and she doesn't even hesitate, she's a yes. They're not exactly spring chickens, but hey, love is love. Everyone's cheering, and they tie the knot. Living together is pure bliss. Seriously, they're so in love it's almost embarrassing. Before they know it, Young-soon's pregnant, and Hae-sik is counting down the seconds until he gets to meet his first kid. They don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so he buys 2 presents, ready for either a little princess or a little prince. But of course, life can't be that easy, right? One day, a group of shady characters from a construction company shows up at their farm. They've got papers saying they need to tear down the whole pig farm, the one that's been in Hae-sik's family for 3 generations. Apparently, the Olympic torch relay is passing through, and they can't have a pig farm showing up on international TV because, it'll make the country look bad. Hae-sik is furious. He's not signing anything. This farm isn't just how he makes a living. It's his family's legacy. Words are exchanged. Things get heated, and then this guy, Woo-byuk, steps out of a car. Without saying a word, he starts laying the smackdown on his own employees, punching them around to show Hae-sik and Young-soon he's not messing around. Then, he pulls out this fancy cigarette, the kind that's advertised as imported from America. It smells so good, even the mosquitoes want to drag. He offers it to Hae-sik, trying to smooth things over with some friendly persuasion. But Hae-sik refuses to sign. Finally, he gets Young-soon back inside, leaving Woo-byuk standing there with a look of pure anger on his face. Later that night, while everyone in the village is asleep, a fire breaks out at Hae-sik's pig farm. A huge, roaring inferno. Hae-sik and Young-soon are woken up by the neighbors shouting. They run outside and just stand there, speechless, as their farm burns to the ground. Hae-sik is completely devastated, like he's lost a part of himself. One of the neighbors says they saw those construction guys hanging around earlier. Then, Young-soon finds a cigarette butt. It's the same fancy kind of imported cigarette that Woo-byuk was smoking. Fast forward a few days, and Woo-byuk is in court because Hae-sik and Young-soon are pressing charges. The prosecutor brings in the cigarette butt, hoping it's the smoking gun that'll nail this guy. In court, Woo-byuk admits that he smokes that brand, but says that doesn't prove anything. He's offered those cigarettes to tons of people in the village, even Hae-sik, and that's where things get even more twisted. The witness who claimed he saw suspicious figures suddenly can't remember if he saw people or pigs. One by one, people take the stand and lie through their teeth. It turns out Woo-byuk paid them off to change their stories. With no solid evidence, the judge has to let Woo-byuk walk. He's grinning like he just won the lottery. Hae-sik and Young-soon just look at each other, heartbroken and defeated. Hae-sik is not giving up. He's determined to get justice, so he goes to the prosecutor, Tae-soo, with one last piece of evidence. It's a recording, and get this, it's Woo-byuk's voice. He's caught on tape threatening a witness's family, telling them to lie or else they'll disappear. The prosecutor listens and says this is more than enough to appeal the case. He tells Hae-sik to relax and get the paperwork ready. But here's the kicker. Hae-sik doesn't know that this prosecutor is also on Woo-byuk's payroll. He's been bought and paid for. On his way home, Hae-sik is ambushed on a bridge. Woo-byuk's goons have him blocked on both ends. The unthinkable happens. They take him out, then stage the scene to look like he killed himself. When Young-soon hears the news, she's in shock. She can't believe her strong, resilient husband would just give up like that. Her gut tells her something's not right. Despite being pregnant and completely devastated, she pulls herself together and goes to see Prosecutor Tae-soo, begging him to reopen the investigation. She argues that her husband had even more evidence, and if it was self-destruction, why were there no signs of a struggle on his neck? But the prosecutor just puts on this fake show of sympathy and turns the whole thing around. He claims that Hae-sik came to see him drunk and was rambling about wanting to end his life, and he didn't present any new evidence at all. She has no idea that this guy is the one who took Woo-byuk's bribe to keep quiet about her husband's murder. Completely lost and heartbroken, Young-soon feels powerless against a system that's been corrupted by money. But then she looks down at her belly and finds the strength to keep going. She decides that no matter how hard things get, she's going to protect this child. It's all she has left of Hae-sik, and she vows to give it a brighter future than its parents had. After all the loss and trauma she's been through, Young-soon decides to move to a new town and start over. She chooses to live on a farm, determined to fulfill her husband's dream. The villagers start gossiping when they catch a whiff of the farm's unique aroma. They are not happy about it. So one day, a group of them marches up to her door. She's ready to have a civil but firm conversation. But then they see young Soon, with her huge pregnant belly and kind face, and they freeze. The whole situation takes an unexpected turn. They start chatting and laughing, completely forgetting why they came in the first place. Finally, someone remembers the reason for their visit, and they get back to the point. The village leader tells young Soon she needs to shut down the pig farm because of all the complaints. But young Soon refuses, and calmly lists off all the things the villagers have done to bother her. The conversation escalates into an argument, and then, out of nowhere, two pregnant women start fighting. They're pulling hair, and the whole village is in chaos. Everyone's trying to break it up, but it's a mess. Suddenly, young Soon clutches her stomach and starts gasping for air. She's going into labor. The group quickly rushes her inside. The same people who came to complain about the smell are now helping deliver her baby like they're trained professionals. And then, amidst the chaos and pig noises, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cry fills the room, and suddenly, everything feels calmer. Young Soon names him Kang Ho, the name her husband lovingly chose for him when he was just a dream. But then, the other pregnant woman starts having contractions. A second delivery happens right after the first. This time, it's a beautiful baby girl, and they named her Mi-ju. Everyone says it's like fate brought them together. These two kids were born in a pigsty, amidst the smell, the fighting, the anger, and the tears of joy. It seems like they were destined to be connected. Time passes quickly, and Kang Ho and Mi-ju grow up together, becoming inseparable. When Kang Ho faces bullies who tease him about the pig farm smell, Mi-ju, with her strong personality, always stands up for him and puts them in their place. Kang Ho was your classic bookworm, always buried in his studies, oblivious to everything else. But that wasn't entirely his natural inclination. It was a direct result of young Soon's strict upbringing. From the moment she was pregnant, she vowed that her son would become a prosecutor, so that one day he could protect himself and expose those who use money to oppress the innocent. So even if Kang Ho only missed 3 questions out of 100 on a test, young Soon would frown so intensely that he never got to enjoy a proper meal. Her reasoning? A full stomach makes you sleepy, and if you're sleepy, you can't focus. And if you can't focus, how can you become a prosecutor? Young Soon believed this with all her heart, while Kang Ho silently swallowed his hunger and resentment every day. A decision that, later on, she would realize was the most painful mistake of her life as a mother. On the other hand, Mi-ju grew up in a family where arguments replaced affection. One day, when she saw a bruise around her mother's eye, she immediately thought of her father, a womanizer with a violent streak, who was probably out dancing with some girl at a bar. Without raising her voice or crying, Mi-ju simply walked up to him and whispered, "If you don't want today to be your death anniversary, you'll go home." In her young eyes, there was a wisdom and courage beyond her years. Time flew by, and Kang Ho and Mi-ju were now young adults. Today was their shared birthday, and Mi-ju prepared a special kimbap, Korean rice rolls, as a gift for Kang Ho. But after only a few bites, Kang Ho closed the container, refusing to eat any more, much to Mi-ju's surprise. He explained seriously that eating too much would make him sleepy, which would hinder his studies and prevent him from becoming a prosecutor. Mi-ju found his reason ridiculous. She suggested he could choose a different career if he wasn't happy. But Kang Ho just lowered his head, because in his mind, there were only 3 words: prosecutor. From childhood, his life had been programmed by his mother like a GPS, and now, if he turned off the navigation, he wouldn't know which way to go. As they were about to leave the room, they realized the door had been locked from the outside. It was a prank by Sam-sik, a mischievous classmate who locked the door with the intention of teasing Kang Ho. But he didn't realize he'd locked his crush, Mi-ju, inside as well. Kang Ho panicked, while Mi-ju seemed excited by the situation. At home, young Soon had prepared a whole table of brain-boosting foods to celebrate her son's birthday. Every dish was carefully chosen based on the criteria of eat this and get good grades, chew this and get into a good university. She sat waiting at the table, but her son didn't come home. Later, young Soon gathered Mi-ju's mother and some other villagers to look for them. They asked around everywhere and finally went to Sam-sik's house. As soon as he heard Mi-ju's name, his face turned pale. Realizing the gravity of the situation, he ran as fast as he could to the school to the room he had jokingly locked Kang Ho in, unaware that he had also locked Mi-ju inside. Meanwhile, inside the closed room, Mi-ju suddenly started choking on a piece of candy. Kang Ho had no choice but to save his friend, desperately trying to dislodge the candy. At that very tense moment, Sam-sik and the group of villagers burst through the door. What they saw was a scene that was hard to describe. Kang Ho was in a position of performing the Heimlich maneuver. Everyone stood frozen for a few seconds, unsure what these two were doing in the locked room. Before they could explain, their mothers dragged them home. Time flew by, and Kang Ho entered the most important stage of his student life, the university entrance exam, the first step towards becoming a prosecutor, as his mother had planned since he was in the womb. Miju didn't miss the opportunity to cheer him on, but fate had another cruel twist in store for them. As Kang Ho was about to step into the exam room, Miju was suddenly hit by a motorcycle and collapsed. Kang Ho froze. Without a second thought, he rushed back and carried his girlfriend to the hospital. Fortunately, Miju wasn't seriously injured. But when she woke up, she was stunned to learn that Kang Ho had missed the most important exam of his life because of her. Back home, he immediately faced a motherly storm. After all these years of raising him, her son had thrown away his chances over a girl. The two had their first explosive argument, and it was the first time Kang Ho dared to defy his mother. After the fight, Young-soon coldly forbade them from seeing each other again. One day, Miju accidentally saw Kang Ho working at a small roadside restaurant. Her eyes lit up with joy at seeing him again, but she was also saddened that he had disappeared for so long without a word. This time, she vowed to be the one standing behind him, supporting him on his journey to becoming a prosecutor and being his solid foundation. And so, they moved in together, starting a life where love was their greatest asset. Day after day, Kang Ho buried himself in his studies, while Miju transformed into an all-around superwoman, taking care of everything from cooking and laundry to cleaning and earning money to support their lives. She was his girlfriend, his mother figure, his companion, silently and selflessly sacrificing everything so Kang Ho could focus on his studies. Then one day, Kang Ho suddenly appeared at the nail salon where Miju was working. He brought good news: he had graduated top of his class from law school. They joyfully embraced each other, overwhelmed with happiness. For them, it wasn't just an achievement. It was proof of their tireless efforts throughout a difficult journey. In the time that followed, they continued to live together deeply and peacefully. It was the most beautiful time of their lives. Their love was like a gentle, warm melody that seemed like it would last forever. But then, one day without warning, Kang Ho said goodbye. The reason he kept to himself, with only silence and sad eyes as his explanation. Miju felt like her life force had been drained. All her emotions exploded inside her, but she couldn't find the words. She stood there, the girl who had sacrificed everything, only to be met with a breakup without a clear reason. Years later, Kang Ho is now a successful prosecutor, having achieved the dream his mother had wanted for him. Today, he seeks out Chairman Woo Byuk, the man who ruined his father years ago. It seems he's deliberately trying to get close to him. Kang Ho helps Woo Byuk deal with all the negative press about him, and Woo Byuk is very pleased with Kang Ho's actions. Plus, he finds out that Kang Ho lost his father at a young age. He suggests that he wants to adopt him, and Kang Ho is overjoyed. Meanwhile, Miju is still pursuing her career as a nail technician. She now has twin daughters, and their father is unknown. Although she's working in Korea, she lies to her mother, telling her she's living in the US, and sends her money every month to help raise the children. Today is Kang Ho's birthday, and Young-soon brings him lots of delicious food. Although he's in his apartment, he deliberately avoids seeing his mother. For years, Kang Ho seems to have cut off contact with her. She's called him many times, but he's never answered. Through the security guard, she asks everything about Kang Ho. Is he healthy? Does he drink too much or get tired? The guard says that everything is fine, he's doing well. As she leaves, Young-soon leaves her phone number with the security guard. If Kang Ho has any problems, please let me know. She quickly eats a piece of cake and tells herself, he's probably just too busy. Inside, Kang Ho learns that Assemblyman Tae-soo, the prosecutor who harmed his family years ago, is gaining momentum in the presidential election. He intends to get close to him. The very next morning, he seeks out Tae-soo. Knowing he has a daughter, Kang Ho starts to pursue her, and after some time, they become a couple. That evening, Ha-young brings Kang Ho to meet her family. Afterwards, the two women leave so he and Tae-soo can have a private conversation. Here, Tae-soo warns Kang Ho that they need to break up within the next week. He wants to marry his precious daughter off to a chaebol, wealthy conglomerate family. It seems he also knows Kang Ho's true identity. But Kang Ho is holding evidence that Tae-soo has a secret affair with his secretary and a hidden child. He gives a copy of this evidence to Chairman Song, but he only gives him a copy. He wants Woo Byuk to officially recognize him as his son. Only then will Kang Ho have the status to marry Tae-soo's daughter. With that evidence, Woo Byuk meets with Tae-soo. He demands that they let the two get together. Woo Byuk also reveals that Kang Ho is now his official son. Later, the three men meet. Tae-soo will agree to the marriage if Kang Ho does him a favor: eliminate his mistress and his illegitimate child. That night, Kang Ho does what Tae-soo asks. He drugs the secretary, then heartlessly pushes her and her child off a cliff. He even records a video to send to Tae-soo as proof that he completed the task. To become the son of Chairman Song, Kang Ho needs his biological mother's confirmation. Today, he and Ha-young are heading back to his hometown to get it done. Meanwhile, Young-soon is overjoyed to hear that her son is coming home with his future daughter-in-law. She prepares everything, from her hair and clothes, so she doesn't embarrass herself in front of the esteemed assemblyman's daughter. Everyone in the village is there to welcome Kang Ho back. The village leader shakes Ha Young's hand, but she doesn't even bother to acknowledge him. Afterwards, Young Soon leads the two into the house. She's so happy she hasn't even taken the tag off her pants. But Kang Ho's main purpose in coming home isn't to visit his mother. He tells her about Chairman Song adopting him, which truly shocks her. She opposes this, saying that having money and power is good, but he can't cut ties with his mother. Kang Ho retorts, "Isn't this what you wanted?" She feels hurt by those words, but still signs the document to please her son. After everything is done, Kang Ho leaves immediately, ignoring Young Soon's desperation. She tries to run after him, offering a bag of mung bean pancakes, his favorite. He coldly leaves without a word of goodbye. The villagers rush out, cursing at the unfilial son. Young Soon tries to remain calm in front of everyone, but inside her heart is aching. A short distance away, Kang Ho stops the car. He throws the gift his mother gave him in a fit of anger. He drinks a bottle of water to calm himself down, then switches drivers with Ha Young. From here, the nightmare of his life begins. A while later, Kang Ho falls asleep. Ha Young's scarf falls off, and she stops the car to pick it up. Suddenly, a truck crashes straight into Kang Ho, and the car flips over and falls into the river before Ha Young's shocked eyes. Kang Ho is taken to the hospital in critical condition. Young Soon can't keep calm at this moment. She screams in anguish at the sight of her son like this. After the surgery, Kang Ho survives, but due to brain and spinal cord injuries, he's now living like a vegetable. Meanwhile, Chairman Song receives the news and rushes to the hospital. He seems to understand what's going on. He has people investigate the truck driver, but the truck has been burned. The vehicle is untraceable, and no fingerprints or traces can be found. It turns out that the accident was orchestrated by Tae-soo and his daughter. Ha Young drugged Kang Ho's water. She intentionally dropped her scarf, and the truck crashed in just as they had planned. Tae-soo receives a call from Woo Byok. Woo Byok says with a provocative tone, "How lucky that the assemblyman's daughter wasn't in the car, huh?" On the other end, Tae-soo pretends to be heartbroken at the news about Kang Ho. It seems that Woo Byok is starting to suspect that Tae-soo is behind this. Young Soon keeps calling her future daughter-in-law Ha Young, but she can't get in touch with her no matter how hard she tries. Cut to Miju, receiving a call from her twin daughters. She rushes to a roadside import store, as if to convince her children that she's in America. The twins ask who's behind her, but when she turns around, she doesn't see anyone. As Miju walks away, someone follows her, hitting him repeatedly. But it turns out to be Samsik. He just got out of jail for property theft. Before she leaves, Miju advises Samsik, "Don't get involved in theft anymore. Find an honest job." Back with Kang Ho, he starts to wake up, much to his mother's joy. But he's now like a 7-year-old, having lost all his memories. Still, that makes her happier. Young Soon decides to bring Kang Ho home so she can take care of him, hoping to help him remember something. Anything. But it's no use. Kang Ho is like a naughty child. Day after day, he refuses to eat anything. Young Soon stands before her husband's memorial photo, telling herself that it will be okay. She can raise her son again, teach him to eat, sit, stand, and walk like when he was a child. She balances caring for the pigs and caring for her son, even going to church to pray. The people in the village, hearing the news, also bring lots of nutritious things for Kang Ho, including medicine and rehabilitation guides for people with paralysis. Young Soon is very grateful for their kindness. Many days go by, and Kang Ho still hasn't eaten anything. She doesn't want her son to slowly die like this. Suddenly, Kang Ho blurts out, "Eating too much will make you sleepy, and you won't be able to study." The words she always told him when he was young. Young Soon truly regrets teaching her son the wrong way. She tells him it's okay, he can eat. "I did it because I love you too much. I want you to live happily. I don't want you to live a life like your parents." She begs Kang Ho to forgive her. Afterwards, he eats his first spoonful of rice, much to his mother's overflowing happiness. Meanwhile, Chairman Song has found the location of the truck driver who hit Kang Ho, but suspiciously, he has already taken his own life. This makes Woo Byok even more certain that the person behind everything is Assemblyman Tae-soo. That night, Young Soon puts his favorite robot in front of Kang Ho, then goes outside to answer the phone. He tries to reach for it. When she comes back, she's surprised to see the robot thrown across the room. She also realizes her son has moved. She helps Kang Ho try again, but it's no use. In the days that follow, she no longer spoon-feeds Kang Ho. She deliberately puts the food in front of him so he can eat on his own. In addition, she searches the internet for methods to help Kang Ho regain feeling in his hands. Eventually, the day comes when Kang Ho picks up his own spoon and eats his first bite. She bursts into tears of joy at the sight of her son. Sometime later, Kang Ho is making progress, and he can now sit in a wheelchair. But with the mind of a 7-year-old, his best friends are Miju's twin daughters. The two mischievous kids push Kang Ho over on a hill. Back home, he receives punishment from his mother like any other child. Afterwards, the twins' grandmother comes and scolds the kids. "Why did you do that to Uncle Kang Ho? Why are you calling Kang Ho by his name so casually?" The two children say in unison, "He's only 7 years old." Kang Ho is the same way, always thinking he's a child, to the frustration of everyone. After that incident, Young Soon explains to Kang Ho that he is 35 years old, but because he's sick, he's temporarily 7 years old. Everyone wants to go back to their childhood. She wants to too, but her Kang Ho is the luckiest person to be chosen. This is a heaven-sent opportunity, a chance to live from the beginning again. She encourages him to live happily and not give up. That will make her very happy. Woo-byuk confronts Tae-soo, presenting evidence accusing him of ordering the driver to cause the accident, then eliminating him to keep him quiet. Besides, Woo-byuk also has evidence that Tae-soo's daughter bought a lot of sleeping pills before the accident. At this point, Tae-soo reveals his reason for trying to get rid of Kang Ho. He knew his identity as Hae-sik's son from the fire years ago. Tae-soo also warns Woo-byuk that Kang Ho seems to know who killed his father, and that's why he approached Woo-byuk. But Woo-byuk has Kang Ho's background memorized. He says he doesn't care what Kang Ho's intentions are because he's holding evidence of Kang Ho's corruption. He only wants to use him while he's still valuable. Young Soon goes to Kang Ho's old apartment to move everything back home. This is a place she's always wanted to visit, even just once, because Kang Ho always avoided her visits. Behind this big picture is where Kang Ho kept a lot of secret documents. She has no idea what they are. At Kang Ho's office, Young Soon learns that her son wasn't an upright prosecutor. Many people shout accusations and curses at Kang Ho for the trials he oversaw. On the way home, lost in thought, a dog runs across the road, causing her to stop suddenly. Behind her, another car crashes into her car. This guy wants her to pay for his newly bought car. Young Soon refuses, and the two start arguing. Just then, she sees a lot of gold bars in Kang Ho's box. She starts to believe what people told her about him before. Even though Kang Ho has lost his memories, Young Soon still scolds her son. She wanted him to be a prosecutor to help the pitiful, not to become an evil person who only takes bribes. Why didn't you help those who were wronged? She blames herself for raising her son to be such a terrible person. Kang Ho, even though he doesn't understand what's going on, feels guilty for making his mother cry. Afterwards, the two hug each other in tears. As for Miju, she's been working with anxiety lately. Creditors come here every day. Before, Miju's sworn sister took a large sum of money and left her with a huge debt. She intends to sell the nail salon, pay off her debts, and move back to her hometown. That night, Kang Ho brings the ball back to his best friends. Standing in front of the gate, Kang Ho calls out the names of his two little friends. After a while, someone opens the door. It's Miju. She freezes for a few seconds when she sees Kang Ho in this state. But then Miju slams the door shut. She still can't forget the day Kang Ho coldly abandoned her. When the two children open the door, he's gone. Miju goes inside, and her mother tells her everything about Kang Ho. Then, she tells her children that they are not allowed to see him anymore. She also tells her mother that she will be moving back here and won't be going anywhere else. On the other hand, after returning home, Kang Ho tells his mother that he just met a beautiful girl, but he doesn't know why his heart hurts, leaving his mother wondering. The next morning, Kang Ho goes to the house of the two young friends. He's about to knock when his mother calls him home because he has a medical checkup today. He throws the ball over the gate and returns home. Just then, he sees Miju's family. Kang Ho stands from afar, watching her, and she notices him. Here, he also learns that her name is Miju. On the other hand, to make his daughter feel less hurt about Kang Ho, Tae-soo says that he approached her with an ulterior motive. Even Kang Ho eliminated his wife and children just to be with her. Ha-young is shocked by those images, but she still doesn't believe what her father says. It's just too absurd. Because he saw Miju really like the village leader's wife's dog the other day, Kang Ho prepares a new pet for himself, an adorable little pig. Kang Ho goes to Miju's house. Here, he meets his two young friends. He asks who the woman in the house is. Unfortunately, the pig runs away. Then, the three friends chase after it. Just then, it runs towards Miju. Seeing the three of them in the wheelchair, she starts to think about something. Miju also helps Kang Ho catch the pig. Seeing her, he still feels very embarrassed. From afar, seeing his mother approaching, Kang Ho, afraid of getting hit, runs away with his two little friends. Here, his mother also recognizes Miju. Sitting down to talk, Young Soon says that it turns out the person Kang Ho always mentions is Miju. He keeps nagging me to show the dog to Miju, and even told me to buy another dog. That evening, Chairman Song's men came to Kang Ho's house to find the original document about Tae-soo having a secret child. But when they see Kang Ho, they have to hide in the closet. Outside, Tae-soo's men also come here to eliminate Kang Ho. But as he's about to pull out his knife, these two guys jump out to stop him. The two sides start fighting, but one person can't fight too. That guy runs away as fast as he can. Young Soon returns home, and her son recounts what just happened. But she doesn't believe the absurd things Kang Ho is telling. Afterwards, she makes him clean up all the poop the pig has left all over the house. The next morning, Woo-byuk, returning without what he wanted, vents his anger on these two guys. He knows that Tae-soo is trying to eliminate Kang Ho, so he orders his men to protect him before getting the original document. On the other hand, Kang Ho sees Miju drop her wallet while getting on the bus. He runs over, picks it up, and tries to chase after Miju, but there's no way he can catch up. And so, he wanders the streets looking for her to return it. Today, Miju is looking for a space to open a nail salon, but the rent here is too high, so she can't find a suitable place. While going to the store to buy pesticide for her mother, she helps this woman treat her injured fingernail. She accidentally overhears them saying that there aren't any nail salons in this area. Miju says she's also looking for a suitable place to open one. The owner says there's a space here, and if she likes it, he can give it to her. Miju is overjoyed that she doesn't have to spend a penny on rent. Meanwhile, Kang Ho, while looking at the purse, has his wallet stolen by a thief. He picks up an apple and throws it at the guy's head. The wallet falls onto the road, and the thief runs away. This old man thinks Kang Ho is trying to take his purse, even though he keeps denying it. Just then, Miju walks by and sees Kang Ho, so she runs over to help him. Kang Ho hands the wallet back to Miju. He says she dropped it at the bus stop. His mother is also here. Afterwards, she takes both of them home. That evening, Samsik accidentally sees Kang Ho fishing by the riverbank. He still doesn't know that Kang Ho has now become a child and lost all his memories. Samsik recalls how he came to ask Kang Ho for help after the theft. But Kang Ho ignored those pleas, and so Samsik had to sit in jail. Samsik grabs Kang Ho's collar and curses at him. "I'm gonna tell my mom," leaving Samsik frozen in place for a few seconds. Kang Ho then goes to the house of his two young friends. Here, Miju asks why he hasn't gone home yet. His mother must be worried. He says that the pigs are about to give birth today, so his mother won't be home. The two children know that Kang Ho hasn't eaten, so they try to pull him inside, against their mother's objections. During the meal, the little boy, Seojin, says that this looks like a family with a mother and calls Kang Ho dad. Kang Ho asks Miju about the father of Yejin and Seojin. He heard that he's a forgetful guy, making Miju force a smile. Here, she also asks him not to come anymore, and not to see Seojin and Yejin anymore. In short, don't appear in front of me, leaving Kang Ho stunned. He asks Miju if he used to be a very bad person, causing Miju to be unable to answer. Afterwards, he says goodbye to everyone and leaves. This morning, after waking up, Kang Ho looks for his mother all over the house, but he can't find her, so he decides to call her. On the other end, Young-soon has been hospitalized after continuous stomach pains. Here, she doesn't believe the truth. When the doctor tells her that she has stage 4 stomach cancer, her spirits almost collapse. She's not worried about her life, but rather worried about what will happen to Kang Ho after she's no longer there to take care of him. At the same time, Kang Ho also goes to the hospital. He hurries towards his mother and falls. She tries to help him up while crying. Then, she lets go of his hand, saying, "Kang Ho, get up on your own," and silently walks away. She wants her son to be able to take care of himself and to get used to everything without her by his side. After finding out she has stage 4 stomach cancer, Young-soon's spirits seem to collapse. She prepares everything for Kang Ho in case she's not there for him someday. Who to call when the electricity or water breaks. What to do when he's sick, but when he's hungry, she doesn't know how Kang Ho can manage on his own. Young-soon looks towards her husband's memorial photo, telling herself that she can't die. The next morning, Kang Ho confides in his two little friends. Mom has been very strange these past few days. She's been less talkative and looks dejected, not wanting to smile. Right after that, Young-soon also runs over, but with a completely different face than yesterday. She's cheerful as usual. The two children can't help but wonder about what Kang Ho just said. That day, Kang Ho was bullied by a group of students on the street. Luckily, his mother arrives in time to deal with these kids. Returning home, she teaches him how to fight back against anyone who bullies him. Kang Ho does what his mother says, even though he doesn't want to swear. Young-soon hands over important things to her son, such as house documents and a savings account book. She tells her son not to give it to anyone. In the days that follow, she continues to teach Kang Ho everything from taking care of the pigs, to earn money, to buy rice, to techniques for growing potatoes. She still hopes that one day, when she's no longer there, her son can be independent and support himself. That evening, Miju returns home and sees her son crying. She asks him why, and he tells her the reason. He feels sad because at the bathhouse, his friends always have their fathers with them. And so, the little boy keeps asking for a dad, much to Miju's embarrassment. One day, a goat farm in the village has an outbreak of disease. The government is forced to destroy the entire herd of goats. Soon after, Young-soon's pig farm also had to be destroyed because it was close to the disease zone. She's heartbroken to see them take away her pigs. It seems like everything in the world is against her, and terrible things keep happening. That morning, at Miju's nail salon, everyone is talking about how pitiful Young-soon's family is. The owner wonders why she came here early in the morning to buy pesticide. Miju feels strange. She's afraid Young-soon will do something foolish. She leaves work immediately, to everyone's surprise. On the other hand, the two mothers and sons visit their father's grave with the bag of pesticide in hand. It seems like she wants to end everything. She opens the bottle of medicine, but she can't. Kang Ho helps his mother, even though he doesn't know what it is. Kang Ho innocently tells his mother to quickly drink it and come back home to eat because he's very hungry. "We have to feed the pigs at home too. They will breed, and we will restore the farm, right, Mom?" At those words from her son, Young-soon can only silently look at her son. Over there, Miju runs to Kang Ho's house. She calls out, but no one answers. She's even more worried about the bad things she had imagined. Suddenly, behind her, the two mothers and sons have returned. Mi-ju sees the bag of pesticide that Young-soon is trying to hide. She snatches it and says that she should bring this back to her mother's farm, and Mi-ju leaves. Afterwards, she turns back and tells Kang Ho that he can come to the bathhouse with Seo-jin tomorrow. Kang Ho feels very excited about that. They agree to meet in the morning. The very next morning, Mi-ju and her children go to Kang Ho's house. Afterwards, Sam-sik also wants to go too. In the bathhouse, Kang Ho takes care of Seo-jin like a real father. Seeing that, Sam-sik also fights to do the same thing. Through the TV, Kang Ho sees Tae-soo giving a speech before the election, and he starts to remember something about him. Outside, Mi-ju is waiting, and Young-soon also comes to pick up Kang Ho. The two children are very excited about this. The little boy, Seo-jin, says to Kang Ho, "Let's go swimming again next week." Of course, Kang Ho immediately agrees. Afterwards, everyone happily says goodbye to each other. Young-soon takes Kang Ho to the rehabilitation center. From now on, he will stay here for the doctors to take care of him. Kang Ho asks if his mother will stay with him, but she can't. She encourages him to try to be good here, and he will recover and walk normally. Then she will come and pick him up. But Kang Ho doesn't want that. He only wants to live with his mother. He begs his mother to let him come with her, but she refuses. Young-soon tries to suppress her emotions and leaves. Returning home, she intends to end her life. She leaves a letter for her son and looks at the picture of the whole family one last time. On the other hand, Kang Ho escapes from the rehabilitation center. He's alone on the wheelchair, finding his way home. Young-soon has prepared everything, mentally ready to leave. The moment she kicks the chair away is also the moment Kang Ho is calling his mother's name outside the yard. He opens the door and sees his mother struggling. Kang Ho goes to her and hugs her. At this moment, the power of motherly love is greater than ever. He stands up on his disabled legs, helping his mother escape from the moment of death. Young-soon can't believe her eyes. She cries and asks, "You just stood up, right?" Then she hugs Kang Ho tightly. Afterwards, she says, "Try doing it again," but he doesn't say anything. Kang Ho looks at the rope and understands something. Kang Ho turns his back on his mother and leaves in the rain, even though his mother is screaming and calling his name from behind. Outside, Kang Ho meets Mi-ju, and suddenly he bursts into tears. Mi-ju helps him treat the wound on his hand. Here, he tells her everything. "Mom took me to a strange place, and then left me alone to go to a better place." Mi-ju doesn't think that's right. His mother isn't that kind of person. But if that's the truth, then she must have a reason. Maybe she doesn't want to say it now, but one day, he will understand everything. Kang Ho wonders why she knows. Mi-ju says that she was also abandoned. She doesn't know the reason, but she really wants to know the reason. Looking at Kang Ho like this, she knows she will never know. Outside, Young-soon has found them, and is calling his name in the rain. Returning home, she apologizes to Kang Ho for what she did. He coldly asks his mother what the reason is. She explains to him that she doesn't feel well, and her stomach hurts a little. If that's the case, then she has to go to the hospital and needs someone to take care of her. She doesn't want to become a burden to Kang Ho. He replies, "Am I being sick like this also a burden to Mom?" Young-soon immediately denies it. She apologizes to him for saying the wrong thing. "You're not sick anymore. You just stood up. You can walk and run. You can take care of me." Afterwards, she wants Kang Ho to try to stand up and show her, but many times he still can't do it. She pushes Kang Ho away in the rain, leading him to a river and pushing him into it. Even though he's struggling and calling for help, she wants him to save himself. No one can help you forever. If you want to live, then get up on your own, like you did earlier. She intentionally pushes him further away, but he still can't move his legs. Returning home, she continues to study the instructions on TV. Then, in the days that follow, she continues to throw Kang Ho into the river, then goes to the rehabilitation center and asks the village leader to give him acupuncture. And so, Kang Ho is making a lot of progress, walking unsteadily with crutches. Being able to move his legs in the water makes her very happy. The first steps, like a child, make Young-soon remember Kang Ho's childhood moments. On the other hand, the people in the village are talking with each other. Seeing the pitiful situation of Young-soon's family, they want to do something to help her. Afterwards, everyone agrees to buy a new electric wheelchair for Kang Ho. It's both durable and makes it easier for him to move around. Mi-ju receives a call from her children. The kids say, "Mom, Dad's back." He drove a brand new car to their house, leaving Mi-ju wondering. She immediately takes a taxi home. Inside, her mother is chasing and hitting this guy, claiming that he abandoned her daughter. Even though he keeps denying it, her mother takes out a photo of the two of them together to prove it. But that photo was just something Mi-ju asked this guy to take with her to trick her family. It turns out this guy came to collect debt that Mi-ju's sworn sister had borrowed from him. He demands that she pay this month, or he will reveal her address to other creditors. That day, everyone in the village had prepared gifts for Kang Ho. They gather in large numbers in front of his house to surprise his family. They hide the wheelchair. The village leader says that everyone wants to see Kang Ho because it's been so long since they've seen him. Young-soon goes inside to call Kang Ho. Outside, everyone is preparing to surprise him. Kang Ho walks out on his feet like a normal person, surprising everyone. People can't believe their eyes. They feel very happy for Kang Ho. Behind him, Sam-Sik's father enters on his wheelchair to create a surprise. Seeing those images, he's startled and falls. Afterwards, everyone gathers to hold a celebration party for Kang Ho. Inside the house, Miju asks Young-soon about the incident where she wanted to end it all. Young-soon takes her hand and says that will never happen again. After those words, Miju feels much more at ease. That evening, Young-soon receives a call from the security guard at Kang Ho's old apartment complex. The very next morning, she goes there. Here, he recounts, "Kang Ho asked me to send this letter to you if one day he was no longer here." Young-soon holds the letter in her hand, tears welling up in her eyes. In the letter, Kang Ho sends loving words to his mother. He always remembers the meals that his mother cooked and the happy memories of the past between the two of them. He's sorry for avoiding his mother many times, not calling or visiting her often. "But Mom, I'm still always in the memories of the past when I was with Mom and Dad." Returning home, Young-soon feels strange because Kang Ho has never spoken to his mother like this. It seems that he knew everything that would happen to him in the future. Today, Young-soon and Kang Ho go to take commemorative photos. After taking a picture together, mother and son, she wants to take a photo of herself alone, as if she's thinking about the bad prospects of her future. Back home, she teaches Kang Ho how to kneel and how to greet guests when they come to visit, like a funeral for her. Later, Kang Ho does what his mother says, even though he doesn't know anything. Immediately afterwards, she looks at the picture of the family and suddenly remembers something. In the letter, Kang Ho said that he's always in the family's memories. She immediately takes the picture down. Behind it is some kind of memory card. The very next morning, Young-soon seeks out Sam-Sik's father. She wants to borrow his computer to check that memory card. He also guides her very carefully on how to use it. But when logging into the data, it needs a password. Young-soon tries to enter Kang Ho's birthday, but it's not correct. After thinking for a while, she enters her birthday, and it matches. Both mothers and sons feel very happy. Inside the memory card are Kang Ho's old diary entries where he recorded stories about his life. The reason he had to go to law school, the wish that his mother had always wanted him to fulfill. That day, Kang Ho goes to court alone. He wants to see the case file of his father's case, but they refuse Kang Ho. Afterwards, he goes to the police station. He begs them to let him see the investigation file from that year, but once again, they refuse his request. This police officer says, "When you become a prosecutor, then you can come here and do whatever you want." And so, they kick Kang Ho out without mercy. Just a law student, he has no authority at all. From then on, Kang Ho realized the meaning of his mother's words, "You have to have power. Then, no one can look down on you." Therefore, he worked even harder in his studies. After 5 years at university, Kang Ho graduated at the top of his class. Then came the time of happiness with Miju. But to approach Tae-soo, the prosecutor who harmed his father years ago, Kang Ho reluctantly broke up with Miju. He didn't want to involve her in this mess. He didn't want her to be in danger. He was smart enough to understand what kind of person Tae-soo was. When he became a prosecutor, Kang Ho was qualified to get the case file from that year, the documents related to his father. The death of Kang Ho's father was also the beginning of the cruel fate of him and his mother. Later, Kang Ho finds the witness from that year. This man apologizes to his family because he had lied in court about the fire that killed his father. The person behind threatening him to do so was none other than Chairman Song. Afterwards, Kang Ho goes to the police station with a new status. He demands that they hand over the investigation documents about his father's death. Kang Ho sees firsthand the pictures of his father. It could be said that it's also the first time he's been able to connect with him. With those documents, Kang Ho seeks out the police officer who handled the case that year. He believes that it wasn't a self-destruction. The ligature marks on the neck don't show signs of struggling from the victim. He believes that someone killed him and staged the scene. This man denies all of those things. Kang Ho retorts, asking why he became so rich at the time, able to buy a house and a car. Kang Ho warns him and leaves to approach Song. Kang Ho helps his grandson get acquitted in a case of assaulting someone. From there, he gains his trust to gather evidence of Woo Byuk's crimes. Regarding the case of the secretary, that was just a fake scene that Kang Ho created to get Tae-soo's illegal information. He promises to help the secretary escape from South Korea instead of dealing with her as promised to Tae-soo. Kang Ho drives the two mothers and sons to the coast to cross the border. He prepares some money and a fake passport for her in advance. Then, he takes the car to another place, pushes the car down, and records a video to send to Tae-soo as if he had completed the task. It was also the day that Kang Ho had an accident when he and Tae-soo's daughter went home. To get confirmation from Young-soon to become Woo Byuk's official son, he had hidden the memory card in the family's photo. Then Kang Ho had the accident, something that he couldn't have predicted. After seeing those diary entries, Young-soon begs Kang Ho, "Don't try to take revenge anymore," even though he doesn't remember anything now. She immediately thinks of the pile of documents that she had gone to clean up at his apartment before. Now, she knows the reason why Kang Ho was cold to her was just to take revenge on his father personally. She fears that with these documents, Kang Ho will be in danger, so Young-soon burns them all. She wants him to live a new life and forget those memories. The next morning, Young Soon feels stomach pains and has to go to the hospital to get checked. In the waiting area, she hears the woman next to her talking about how my son just got married, and his personality immediately changed. Hearing this, Young Soon suddenly has an idea in her head. She has to find a wife for her Kang Ho. If she loses him, he will have someone to take care of him. Returning home, she wants Kang Ho to take over the pig farm. She wants him to rebuild that farm himself. Kang Ho asks his mother, "Am I not going to be a prosecutor anymore?" She says to him kindly, "From now on, you're not a prosecutor anymore. You have to run the farm and live happily. Don't try to remember anything. Just live as you are now." That evening, Young Soon seeks out everyone in the village. She shyly expresses that she wants to find Kang Ho a wife. The village leader immediately agrees. He also wants to stand up and be a matchmaker for Kang Ho. Everyone happily agrees. The next morning, Young Soon helps Kang Ho fix his hair. Today, she will remind him to go on a blind date. She takes out the jewelry box and explains it to Kang Ho. "This is for your fiancé. Later, you two will live together, manage the farm, and everything." Kang Ho asks, "Is it Miju?" But his mother says that she can't. Miju has someone she loves. Her husband is in America, so she can't be with Kang Ho. Kang Ho feels sad after that statement. Immediately afterwards, the neighbor women also came to help Kang Ho. They prepare his hair, makeup, and clothes, along with the tie that Miju gave him a long time ago. Kang Ho walks out, and everyone is amazed. He's still as handsome as when he was a prosecutor. In the blind date, besides the village leader acting as the matchmaker, there's also a cast of actors from the village. They praise Kang Ho to the skies, saying that he's the most valuable single man in the village and whoever gets him is as if they've won the lottery, making Young Soon feel embarrassed. The village leader is the same way. He brings out so many awards from when Kang Ho was studying. Since he was a child, he's been outstandingly intelligent. Sitting opposite him, Kang Ho still acts like a child, making his mother feel embarrassed. The girl's side is suspicious. Then came many more girls. But with Kang Ho's actions and gestures, it's hard for any girl to accept. And so, in one day, the village leader has to matchmake over 10 girls, but all of them reject Kang Ho. Afterwards, Kang Ho tells his mother that he wants to go to the pesticide store, and his mother understands his intentions. He just wants to go there to see Miju. As soon as she turns her back, Kang Ho runs away. On the other hand, while Miju is helping this old man fix his fingernails, he says flirtatious things to her, followed by acts of harassment, making her annoyed. Miju immediately kicks this guy out. Outside, the two get into a scuffle. Just then, Kang Ho runs over to stop this old man. Miju is still very angry. She wants to charge in, but Kang Ho keeps stopping her. Immediately afterwards, a motorcycle rushes towards Miju. Suddenly, Kang Ho remembers his memories from the past. He quickly pulls Miju away and finds his head bleeding. Miju feels very worried. At that moment, he remembers those memories again. He puts a kiss on her lips. Miju also responds like what had happened in the past. In the distance, Young Soon sees everything, and she silently leaves. That evening, Miju sits and thinks about the kiss from this afternoon. She blames herself for losing her mind. Just then, Kang Ho is running outside. Seeing him, she feels very embarrassed, so she puts a plastic bag over her head. Kang Ho sees this and also comes over to greet her. Miju thought he would kiss her again. She closes her eyes and waits, but Kang Ho just wants to take the food that's still on her mouth. Because she's too embarrassed, Miju says words to avoid Kang Ho. Here, he says that he really likes her, making Miju surprised. Afterwards, Kang Ho greets her and quickly leaves. The next morning, Young Soon's staff wants to introduce a Vietnamese girl to Kang Ho. She feels very happy about this. Immediately afterwards, she and everyone go to see this girl. Looking at Kang Ho's picture, she praises him for being very handsome, and then everyone shows her a video of Kang Ho as well. This girl feels that Kang Ho is very gentle. She's very satisfied with him, making everyone endlessly happy. Afterwards, she expresses that she wants to meet Kang Ho directly, and everyone immediately agrees. The village leader runs over to congratulate and thank the girl in Vietnamese. That evening, Young Soon seeks out Miju. She reveals that Kang Ho is about to get married. His wife is coming to work here from Vietnam. She says that Kang Ho seems to like her a lot, but she already has a husband and family, and it seems like he doesn't understand. So, can she convince Kang Ho? Tomorrow, that girl will come to meet Kang Ho. She doesn't have much time left. Before that statement, Miju asks if she's in trouble. Here, she also reveals that she has cancer and won't be able to live much longer. Returning home with thoughts in her head, Miju tells her mother everything. She remembers the day she broke up with Kang Ho. She was going to reveal to him that she was pregnant, but she couldn't. After giving birth to the two children, because she saw Kang Ho was dating another girl, Miju also didn't want to tell Kang Ho about this anymore. Her mother comes over and asks if anyone knows about this yet. She advises her daughter not to choose Kang Ho because taking care of a sick person is very difficult. She wants Miju to keep this secret. Afterwards, she breaks down after hearing that shocking news. The next morning, Miju prepares clothes and hair for her children. Afterwards, she reminds the two children to go to Kang Ho's house. She wants to reveal the identity of their father. Inside, Young-soon calls Kang Ho to wake up because he has an appointment with the Vietnamese girl today. But he doesn't want to because in his heart, there's only Miju. Immediately afterwards, she feels dizzy and faints on the spot. Kang Ho panics and doesn't know what problem his mother is having. Outside, Miju keeps knocking on the door, but no one answers. At the same time, the girl who has an appointment with Kang Ho also comes. She asks for his house and introduces herself to meet his family. Afterwards, Kang Ho hurriedly runs out. He tells them about his mother's situation, and everyone quickly runs inside. That girl has taken care of disabled patients before, so she knows a little bit about first aid to help Young-soon. Miju keeps calling for an ambulance and tells the two children to go back home. Afterwards, Miju takes Young-soon's car and takes her to the hospital because waiting for an ambulance to arrive will take too much time. On the way, because she's speeding, the police keep honking, demanding that she stop the car. Kang Ho tries to explain it to them. Afterwards, the two police officers move up and clear the way for everyone. After taking Young-soon to the hospital safely, the doctors call Kang Ho in to inform him of her condition. Miju also runs in. She wants the doctor to tell her. Likely, Kang Ho can't understand. But Kang Ho stops her. He wants to stay here and hear everything because Kang Ho is now his mother's guardian. After hearing about his mother's illness, the sky seems to collapse before Kang Ho's eyes. He runs to his mother's side. Kang Ho keeps calling his mother to wake up and come home with him. "I'm sorry, Mom. From now on, I'll listen to you. I won't be a prosecutor anymore. From now on, I won't like Miju anymore." And so, he begs her to wake up. Outside, that girl hears everything. She also feels that she's come to the wrong place. On the other hand, Miju's mother hears the two grandchildren tell her about Young-soon's situation. Her mother and Uncle Kang Ho also took her to the hospital. Then she calls Miju. On this side, Miju sits and comforts Kang Ho. When he was sick, his mother was always by his side to take care of him. So, from now on, it's his turn to be by her side and become her strength. In that intimate moment, Miju's mother suddenly appears. She asks her daughter to take her hand off of Kang Ho, but afterwards lowers her voice and asks about his mother's health. She tells her daughter to go home and take care of the two children. Her mother will stay here. When Miju interrupts, her mother immediately hits her. "This brat, haven't you left yet?" Inside the room, Young-soon has woken up and wants to be discharged from the hospital, even though the nurses are stopping her. She says she doesn't have much time left to lie here. She wants to go home because she has an appointment with her future daughter-in-law. Miju's mother also comes over to comfort her. Everyone around them also feels tears welling up in their eyes. On this side, Samsik takes this bag to sell, but it gets rejected because it's fake. This bag was given to him by Kang Ho for his mother, but afterwards Young-soon gave it back to Samsik's mother. On the way home, Samsik accidentally sees something inside the bag, a DNA test and another memory card. After being discharged from the hospital, Young-soon immediately calls the Vietnamese girl. She apologizes to her for the incident this morning. On the other hand, that girl also apologizes to her because she can't move forward with Kang Ho anymore. She believes that Kang Ho already has someone he loves. Miju. Despite Young-soon constantly explaining, "They're just close friends from childhood," the girl suddenly hangs up. On the other hand, Miju tells her mother that she wants to let Young-soon know the truth about the children's father before she's gone. But she still can't say it because she fainted, making her mother happy. She still advises her daughter to keep that secret. "Both of you are sick. You shouldn't say it at this time." But Miju doesn't think so. "I just want to reveal the truth, not get back with Kang Ho. So please rest assured." Young-soon also seeks out Miju. Here, she blames her for acting like Kang Ho's future wife. "Hyo Rim, you know the situation of our family, so why don't you help me like I ask you? Why do you always ruin Kang Ho's future, again and again?" Immediately afterwards, Miju's mother also runs out. She asks back, "Who's ruining whose future here? I love my daughter just like you love your son. Why do you always turn my daughter into a villain?" Miju's mother seems to be at the end of her rope. She's about to reveal everything, but Miju stops her mother. On this side, Samsik calls Kang Ho to his house. Kang Ho asks why his mother's bag is in his hands. Samsik explains, "Your mother gave this bag to my mother." Samsik brings out the DNA test and the memory card and asks Kang Ho about it. But he really doesn't remember anything. Samsik plugs in the memory card and asks for the password to unlock it. But Kang Ho intentionally says the wrong numbers. After Samsik goes out to answer the phone, Kang Ho comes over and enters the passcode, unlocking it. At the same time, Samsik also goes in. He acts happy in front of Kang Ho. Inside is a recording between three men, Kang Ho, Tae-soo, and Woo Byuk. Tae-soo is asking Kang Ho to destroy the DNA test, along with the task of dealing with the secretary and the child. She's also his mistress, and the child is also Tae-soo's child. Samsik also recognizes everyone's voice. He acts happy like he won the lottery. Samsik intends to use this to extort Tae-soo's family, even though Kang Ho doesn't know anything. Kang Ho wants to bring these things to his mother, but Samsik stops him. He lies, saying, "Let me go and find out everything for you." He asks himself, "Why have I never met my father, but I'm always thinking about my father? What kind of person was my father?" On the other side, Young Soon hears all those feelings here. She tells her son about his father. Every day he would hold you in my stomach, crying and saying he wanted to meet you. But the time I was with him was too short. When I die, will you bury me next to your father? That way, I'll be with him forever. Kang Ho tears up and says that his mother won't go anywhere. Please don't go just yet. She hugs Kang Ho and promises to stay a little longer. That evening, Young Soon seeks out Mi-ju's mother. She apologizes for what happened this morning. And so, the two hug each other, comfort each other, and cry together. The next morning, these two guys, because they couldn't find any evidence from Kang Ho, had to return to the city. In the middle of the road, they also run into Sam-sik. When they learn that these two are going to Seoul, Sam-sik also asks for a ride. He wants to go there with things that can extort Tae-soo's family. Immediately after going there, Sam-sik finds a way to approach Tae-soo's daughter. He intentionally crashes into Ha-young's car and pretends to be injured. In the cafe, Sam-sik brings the DNA test and the recording for Ha-young to hear. She's very angry, but still tries to remain calm and tears it up. Ha-young immediately leaves, but Sam-sik says, "This belongs to Kang Ho," causing Ha-young to turn around. Ha-young asks what Sam-sik wants, and he demands 200 million in exchange for it. Ha-young says that he will get into trouble if he keeps these things. Then, she schedules a meeting with Sam-sik in an hour. Just like that, after Ha-young leaves, Tae-soo's men have been following both of them since who knows when. They drag Sam-sik into a black car. An hour later, Ha-young returns and doesn't see Sam-sik anywhere. On this side, Sam-sik is being tortured by this group of people, but they can't get any information from him. While the masked man is about to deal with him, another car crashes in from outside. These are Woo Byok's henchmen, one holding a shovel and the other carrying a pesticide sprayer. And so, the two sides engage in a chaotic battle. The leader grabs the computer containing the recording and runs away. Sam-sik is also rescued, but afterwards he quietly sneaks away. After listening to the recording, Tae-soo angrily throws the computer. He believes that Sam-sik is one of Woo Byok's men. He seeks out his daughter here. Ha-young asks about the woman and the child that her father dealt with. He says that Kang Ho did it, but Ha-young says that her father was the one who ordered him. "You're a scary person. You eliminate everyone who wants to stand in your way, even if it's Kang Ho." But Tae-soo counters that it was she who handed the drugged water to Kang Ho. She also wanted to deal with Kang Ho after learning that he was using her to bring down her father. Those things she decided on her own. He didn't order her to. Tae-soo's men come over to comfort his daughter, saying that everything is in the past now. And now, the evidence is also in his hands. As long as you remain silent, there won't be any problems. A few days later, Ha-young's wedding takes place. Woo Byok also comes to attend, but with a face that doesn't seem like he's welcoming. Woo Byok says provocative things to Tae-soo, asking if he's satisfied with his new son-in-law. That's how they can live long and not have any unexpected accidents. Tae-soo can only remain silent at those words. When the wedding ceremony begins, Tae-soo walks out alone without his daughter. Before that, someone had sent Ha-young a gift containing pictures of Kang Ho, so she had run away from the wedding. Ha-young seeks out Kang Ho's house. From afar, she sees that he's still healthy, so she feels relieved. That evening, the two mothers and sons go on a date. Young Soon wants to spend this short time with her son. She takes out the notes of things she wants to do with Kang Ho, such as watching a movie, going singing, or traveling. The things that she has never done before, and Kang Ho will do with her. Afterwards, he calls for a bottle of rice wine, surprising his mother. Kang Ho explains that he's an adult now, but only he will drink it. Mom can't. On this side, after taking Ha-young back home, Tae-soo angrily beats her. Afterwards, he has people lock Ha-young in the hospital before the end of the presidential election. Tonight, Kang Ho wants to sleep with his mother. The two mothers and sons share their feelings. She wants to hear Kang Ho sing, but he says he sings very badly. She begs her son to just sing. Afterwards, he still tries to sing for his mother, even if it's not very good. On the other side, Mi-ju also sings that song for her two children, but her daughter says, "Mom, what song are you singing that sounds so sad?" In the middle of the night, Young Soon receives a call from someone in the village, reporting that there's a fire at her farm. She immediately calls Kang Ho, and the two mothers and sons run to the farm. A big fire, like what happened in the past. Young Soon wants to take the pigs out of here, but Kang Ho stops his mother. The fire gets bigger and bigger, making the two mothers and sons very panicked. Kang Ho tries to take his mother out, but the door outside is stuck. He quickly breaks the window and takes his mother outside. Immediately afterwards, a big explosion makes Kang Ho fall to the floor. In that moment, his memories reappear in his head, the voice of his father calling Kang Ho when he was in his mother's womb. The images of his position, the accident with Ha-young, also appear. It seems that Kang Ho has remembered everything. Before the fire at Kang Ho's family's pig farm, Tae-soo seeks out Woo Byok. Here, Tae-soo talks about the death of the secretary, Soo-hyun. The police have found the bodies of her and her child. If this is exposed, both of them will have big problems. Tae-soo wants to eliminate Kang Ho as soon as possible. At the same time, he has a plan to frame Kang Ho as the father of that child. Woo Byok promises to deal with Kang Ho, but in exchange, After Tae-soo becomes president, he must protect Woo Byok's corporation. Afterwards, both agree to shake hands and cooperate. Returning to the fire at the farm, these two masked men have set fire and locked the door from the outside. Samsik later discovers this and runs in to stop them, but he gets beaten by these guys. Luckily, Woo Byok's two assistants arrive in time, so those two guys run away. The people in the village, hearing the news, also run to the farm. They panic when they see the fire getting bigger and bigger. Young-soon slowly walks out from behind the farm. She calls out her son's name when Kang Ho is still trapped inside. Mi-ju hears this. She intends to run inside, but Samsik stops her. He tells everyone to pour water on him. He wants to play the hero for the whole village to see. Samsik breaks the lock and goes inside. He calls out Kang Ho's name, while everyone outside is panicking. Immediately afterwards, Samsik's father sees a figure walking out of the fire. Oh, it's my Samsik carrying Kang Ho out. But no, it's Kang Ho who is carrying Samsik out, surprising and delighting everyone. Both of them fall down and faint. The next morning in the hospital, the police came to take a statement from Samsik. He says that he saw suspicious people running out of the fire. But Young-soon interrupts him. She says that it's all her fault for being negligent, despite Samsik repeatedly saying, "I saw those people with my own eyes." Young-soon asks the police not to investigate anymore. On this side, Mi-ju feels strange. She pulls Samsik outside to ask what's going on. She asks who those suspicious people are. Samsik can only describe their outer appearance. He also doesn't know who they are. Both of them wonder why Young-soon is lying. Samsik accidentally lets out all the secrets between Kang Ho and Tae-soo. Mi-ju seeks out Young-soon. She wants her to report to the police because Kang Ho is in danger. Young-soon pulls Mi-ju to a distance to talk. She tells her everything she just learned, that Kang Ho knows Tae-soo's secret about his illegitimate child. Young-soon is also surprised because she didn't know anything about that secret, but she knows very well that Kang Ho is in danger. She intends to leave and live somewhere else, a place where no one can harm Kang Ho. Reporting to the police really doesn't mean anything. She tells Mi-ju about the story of Kang Ho's father. In the past, her farm also burned down. His father died because he tried to clarify everything. Neither the law nor the close people protected her family. Because of that, she's always been strict with Kang Ho to make him a powerful person. From now on, she has to protect him. She will never let him have the same ending as his father. Immediately afterwards, Mi-ju tells her everything about the relationship between her and Kang Ho. During the time that he was studying for the university entrance exam, they were also together. He always sang the song that she loved the most. He tried a lot of pancake shops in the city, but none of them made it to his liking. What he's looking for is the taste of the mung bean pancakes that mom makes. Kang Ho has never resented his mother. He always misses and worries about her. Young-soon is moved to tears. She also realizes that Mi-ju is the girl that Kang Ho loves with all his heart. Even with memory loss, Kang Ho still searches for and loves Mi-ju unconsciously. She hugs Mi-ju and apologizes to her. Mi-ju also apologizes for not saying this sooner. Actually, I'm not married. And Ye-jin and Seo-jin are Kang Ho's children, Young-soon. Mi-ju continues about not revealing that to Kang Ho because he abandoned her. But Young-soon doesn't think so. Kang Ho didn't abandon you. He just wanted to take revenge for his father, so he tried to become the son of the person who killed his father and marry the daughter of his accomplice. Kang Ho has never abandoned us. He's afraid that you and I will be in danger if things are exposed. Kang Ho doesn't abandon the people he loves, or rather, Kang Ho abandons himself. On the other hand, Kang Ho hears everything and is moved to tears. He has regained all his memories, but doesn't want to reveal them to everyone yet. Immediately afterwards, Kang Ho is summoned by the police because he's suspected of killing the secretary, Soo Hyun. They present pictures of Kang Ho pushing the car down the coast. Her body was also discovered not far away. They show a picture of Soo Hyun, but Kang Ho keeps shaking his head because he doesn't recognize her. The police believe that Kang Ho had feelings for Soo Hyun, that he intentionally dealt with her and her child to get with the assemblyman's daughter Tae-soo. Suddenly, Kang Ho stands up and calls out, "Mom, I'm so hungry, please feed me." And so, he pretends to be an idiot to deceive the police. Even though Kang Ho is now healthy and normal, and doesn't have any memory loss, Young-soon yells straight into the police officers' faces asking, "Do you have any concrete evidence to accuse my son?" Afterwards, the two mothers and sons are released and return home. When they return, Kang Ho immediately looks for the memory card hidden behind the family photo. Young-soon sees that scene. Here, she also realizes that her son has regained his memories. She apologizes to Kang Ho for everything he's been through. She has been waiting to see him come back for a long time. At this point, Kang Ho can't hide it anymore. He also confesses, "I've come back." The two mothers and sons hug tightly, crying tears of joy. Immediately afterwards, Kang Ho asks his mother how she realized it. She only says briefly, "I'm your mom." She jokingly praises her son for his acting skills at the police station. He says that he has to leave to deal with everything else. Young-soon immediately stops her son. She's afraid that he'll be in danger again when confronting Tae-soo and Woo Byok. But Kang Ho doesn't think so. The more we sit still, the more we will be in danger. She advises Kang Ho, how about we leave and live somewhere else? He says that the secretary, Soo-hyun, also did that, but you saw her ending. They will find us at any cost. Therefore, Kang Ho wants to find evidence to convict them. Kang Ho tells his mother to keep the secret about him regaining his memories. At the same time, she must never be home alone. The next morning, Kang Ho starts leaving the house to go find that evidence. He stops by Mi-ju's house. He sees his children playing and can't hide his emotions. Kang Ho hugs Ye-jin and Seo-jin tightly. He apologizes for not recognizing the two of them sooner. The children also can't believe that the friend Kang Ho, whom they often call by name, is actually their father. Kang Ho seeks out Mi-ju's nail salon. Here, he reveals to Mi-ju that he has regained his memories. She's shocked and can't believe it. Mi-ju blames Kang Ho. Why didn't you explain the reason when you broke up? Do you know how many times I wanted to end it all after that day? Every day I hated and resented you. I thought if I saw you again I would deal with you, but you were sick. I thought if you got better I would continue doing that. But then when I learned the truth, you were even more miserable than me. Kang Ho hugs Mi-ju and apologizes to her. What I'm doing without you hasn't ended yet, so you keep cursing at me, keep cursing me. Kang Ho promises that when everything is settled, he will kneel down and formally apologize to you until you forgive me. That evening, because she's so happy that Kang Ho has recovered, Young-soon wants to invite everyone in the village for a friendly meal. Seo-jin and Ye-jin also come. She hugs her two grandchildren. She announces, "From now on, I've put all my worries aside and will live happily with everyone." On the other hand, because he didn't complete the task of dealing with Kang Ho, Woo-byuk beats his men. These two assistants also can't believe that Chairman Song is the one who sent these guys to burn Kang Ho's house. It was also these two who chased after the people who caused the fire. It's really family biting each other. Afterwards, Woo-byuk receives news that Kang Ho has been released. The death of the secretary had nothing to do with the car that Kang Ho pushed down because the doors of the car were all locked from the inside. Kang Ho seeks out the prosecutor's office where he used to work. He takes the key hidden underneath the wheel and immediately drives away. Young-soon, because she's so happy, drinks until she's drunk. Tonight, she insists on sleeping at Mi-ju's house. In her drunken state, she keeps calling out the names of the two children, Ye-jin and Seo-jin, her lovely puppies. Outside, the two children say that the party today was very fun. They recorded a video for their mother to see, but they can't find it anymore. Mi-ju checks and accidentally sees a video that the kids recorded of Ha-young coming here with Kang Ho a long time ago. Inside the video is a scene of Ha-young putting medicine into the water bottles. She immediately seeks out Sam-sik's house. Both of them wonder what she wants to do. They analyze Kang Ho's previous accident, and it seems like the two of them think Ha-young was involved in that accident. Mi-ju feels curious, so she wants to go see Ha-young, but Sam-sik stops her because it's very dangerous. Sam-sik has had to hide in the closet to eat and sleep these past few days. He's afraid that those guys will come looking for him, but afterwards, the two of them also go to Ha-young's house to find out. Mi-ju intends to run inside, but Sam-sik pulls her back. Mi-ju says, "Are you going to stay in the closet forever?" Sam-sik replies gently, "Anyway, it's better than dying in a coffin." Afterwards, Mi-ju runs inside. She pretends to be Ha-young's best friend and wants to see her. On the other side, the maid says that Ha-young isn't home and hangs up without saying anything more. On this side, Kang Ho is looking for the boat driver who transported the secretary that night, but he has changed his address, so no one knows where he is currently. Afterwards, he received a call from his colleague who saw his car disappear today, so he immediately thought of Kang Ho. This uncle is very happy to see him healthy again. Kang Ho wants him to keep this secret from everyone because he still has some things to do. Of course, he immediately agrees because Kang Ho saved his mother's life. Mi-ju and Sam-sik are still waiting in front of Ha-young's house. She tells him that she met Ha-young 5 years ago. Immediately afterwards, the maid comes out. Mi-ju immediately runs over and asks about Ha-young. After begging for a while, she also reveals that she's in the hospital. Tae-soo had locked his daughter in there because he was afraid that she would cause trouble for his upcoming election. Mi-ju and Sam-sik immediately run to the hospital. Sam-sik with a wig looks really cool. Then, the two enter inside. On the other side, Kang Ho is going everywhere to find the boat driver. He asks a lot of people, but no one can recognize him. Finally, Kang Ho finds his uncle. He stands on the shore, happily waiting for him from the sea, but when he sees him, he doesn't say a word and runs away. A moment later, he also can't run anymore, so he tells Kang Ho everything. That night, after the boat left the land, Tae-soo's men came and surrounded them. Alone, he couldn't fight back. On the other side, to protect her son, she died in her own home. Over time, because she was afraid of Tae-soo's men tracking her down, the boat owner always lived in seclusion, constantly changing addresses. On this side, the police once again come to Kang Ho's house to take a statement, even though Young-soon tries her best to stop them. Inside, they see him curled up in a blanket. He's screaming and shouting like a madman. Seeing this, they don't want to arrest him anymore, but it turns out that it's Young-soon's assistant in disguise. He saved her from a close call. These past few days, when Kang Ho isn't here, Young-soon has always gone to everyone in the village's houses to have fun, even sleeping over. She tries to play cards, even though she has never done that before. Samsik's mother accidentally talks about death, making Mom flip out. The two exchange words. Samsik's mother appears angry and immediately leaves. Outside, Miju's mother runs after her to explain the reason for what happened at this time. Young-soon is suffering from a terminal illness, and there's no cure. Hearing this, Samsik's parents are very shocked. They can't believe that truth. Samsik's mother runs in, crying, and hugs Young-soon. Everyone in the village also knows the story. Everyone feels choked up before Young-soon's situation. Woo Byok also realizes that the one who dealt with Soohyun and her child is none other than Tae-soo. He's afraid that finding the child, or Kang Ho regaining his memories, will affect both of their plans. He orders his men to eliminate Kang Ho before everything is exposed. On the other side, Miju and Samsik have found Ha Young's room. She disguises herself as a doctor to deceive Tae-soo's subordinates. Inside, Miju mentions Kang Ho's name, startling Ha Young. She intends to shout, but Miju stops her. She advises Ha Young to escape with her if she doesn't want to die here. She knows what kind of person her father Tae-soo is. He will eliminate anyone who stands in his way, even if it's his own child. In fact, he also did that to his child with the secretary. Miju tells about all the evil deeds of Tae-soo. He's trying everything to deal with Kang Ho, who is an accomplice in the death of his father, and also the recent fire of Kang Ho's family. After those words, Ha Young starts cooperating with Miju. The two create a surprising situation to deceive the guards outside. Samsik is also waiting for them. Just like that, the three quickly escape, and even though they are discovered, they can't catch up. Outside, Kang Ho has been coming here since who knows when. He's waiting for everyone to escape from there safely. Samsik confidently says that he has disguised the license plate so they won't know who we are. But unfortunately, the sign for his family's cafe is right there. Everyone is looking for a safe place to hide because they can't report to the police right now. Kang Ho wants to gather more concrete evidence. Immediately afterwards, Samsik has a crazy idea in his head. He leads everyone to the house of the loan shark. Inside, he appears happy, thinking that Samsik has come here to pay his debt, but no. Kang Ho introduces himself as the supreme prosecutor of the city, causing the loan shark to change his tone immediately. Here, Kang Ho lists the wrongdoings of this organization, that he's buying and selling boat anchors, illegally parking boats, and operating an illegal casino here. Not to mention that he doesn't pay his employees, threatens and beats them, causing him to turn pale. Next, Kang Ho wants his investigators to stay here for a few days to continue investigating. He feels confused, but also immediately agrees. Immediately afterwards, because he's too scared, he has someone burn all the shady books. Inside, Kang Ho and Ha Young sit and talk with each other. He apologizes for dragging an innocent person like her into this and forever hurting her. Ha Young asks if he has ever really loved her. Kang Ho says that he has always loved another person, and Ha Young also knows that that person is Miju. Outside, Miju also hears everything. Immediately afterwards, Kang Ho breaks up with everyone. He wants to go find evidence to convict Woo Byok. He doesn't forget to tell his good friend Samsik to remember to take care of those two. As soon as Kang Ho leaves, Miju chases after him. She says that Kang Ho must return safely. Mom and I will always wait for you to come back to live out the rest of our lives. He hugs Miju and promises that he will definitely do that. Kang Ho kisses her passionately and turns away, but Miju acts resentful. She needs another sweet kiss on the lips. Kang Ho doesn't say a word. He pounces on Miju like a starving person for a long time, and the two exchange a tearful kiss. The scene is very beautiful when fireworks are exploding vibrantly outside. On the other side, everyone goes to Young-soon's house. Everyone is still heartbroken about her situation. The two children don't understand what's going on, but seeing everyone crying, they also cry. Miju's mother calls. Miju tells her mother that she won't be home in the coming days. Just then, Samsik's voice is heard, causing her to wonder. She thinks that her daughter has switched from Kang Ho to Samsik? On this side, Miju immediately denies it. She also reveals that Kang Ho is in trouble, but she can't explain it to her mother right now. She also understands her daughter too well. Last time, because of Kang Ho, she intended to run into the fire to save him. She blames her daughter for always wanting to sacrifice herself for him. He's the one who abandoned you. Why do you always act so stupid? Miju says that it's all because she's like her mother. Dad always hurts Mom, but Mom only loves and waits for him alone. You and Dad are the ones who understand best what I'm thinking right now. That I can't forget and leave Kang Ho. She can only sigh before those words of her daughter. She looks up to the sky, blaming her late husband. Outside the farm, Woo Byok's two close assistants are sneaking around. They discover a suspicious car that's constantly following them. On the way back, that car is still stubbornly following them. As soon as they set foot on the farm, the two hadn't had time to breathe when they saw those strangers quickly dividing into groups to track them down. But suddenly, from inside the farm, a backhoe comes out like a wild beast breaking out of its cage. The two assistants ride the iron buffalo and charge straight into the battle with that group of people. Only a moment later, the people in the area hear it and rush over. The police are also present at the right time, quickly subduing that group of people and dragging them all back to the station. That day, Tae-soo, a promising candidate in the race for the presidential seat, is leisurely telling fairy tales to the children with a benevolent face like an angel. The storytelling session ends in applause. Everyone lines up to ask for autographs and take commemorative photos. The press is also fighting to report. Everyone hopes he's an exemplary leader, a national father, and a hope for the country. But that's just a flashy facade because immediately after the performance, Kang Ho appears. He comes not to expose the accident from that year or reopen the secretive death of the secretary. His goal is much bigger, which is to track down the person who killed his father 35 years ago. That person is none other than Woo Byok. Kang Ho comes to meet Tae-soo not to ask for a favor, but to state the matter directly. Stand up as a witness and expose Woo Byok and all his crimes. If not, he himself will be brought to light. He doesn't threaten with a gun or a trick, but with Ha-young, the child who can make him lose his career with just one testimony. Without a word of begging, without any pleading, Kang Ho comes to make an offer. In fact, it's a last chance for Tae-soo to save himself before everything collapses. On this side, Sam-sik sees the scene of Mi-ju and Kang Ho kissing the other day. Meanwhile, Mi-ju is seriously taking a statement from Ha-young related to Kang Ho's accident that year. But Ha-young still can't wholeheartedly cooperate because she's hesitating between fame and truth, and fear. Without an alibi, she's worried that she'll have to bear all the charges. That fear is multiplied many times when the person behind the incident is her father, a person with high power. While on Woo Byok's side, he's stunned when he sees a close assistant, whom he thought was dead, openly appearing. Meeting his superior again, the assistant can't help but vent all his grievances. For so many years, he was so loyal that he was willing to do everything, but all he received was a direct order for his elimination. Facing that anger, Woo Byok doesn't hesitate to admit the reason he had to do that. But when the assistant gets up and coldly presents a recording full of all the confessions just now, right when Woo Byok is furious and pushes him down, Kang Ho walks in from who knows where. Even though Woo Byok hurriedly acts happy, grabbing Kang Ho with a fake hug, Kang Ho didn't come to play the role of a long-lost relative. Without beating around the bush, he immediately pulls out handcuffs and announces the arrest of Woo Byok for intentionally killing and assaulting. Behind him, the assistant smiles triumphantly because this is a play that the two of them had set up in advance. The next day, Kang Ho doesn't hesitate and announces the arrest of Woo Byok for intentional acts and conspiracies to kill. He states firmly that he will investigate to the end, regardless of any pressure, because the ultimate goal is to restore faith to the people. The news is quickly updated and broadcast widely by television stations. The people in the village, when they see Kang Ho appearing on the small screen, are all shocked. They can't believe that the boy they thought was gone is now appearing healthy and heroic like a hero returning after a life and death battle. Young-soon is so moved that tears are streaming down her face. Mi-ju's mother turns and blames her. "Why didn't you tell me this? Don't you trust me?" Her words of blame and astonishment cause the people around them to be stunned. The phrase, "my son-in-law," falls like a thunderclap, causing everyone to look at each other, wondering when things went so far. Today, all three of them, Sam-sik, Mi-ju, and Ha-young, on their way to the courthouse to attend Woo Byok's trial. Sam-sik is like he just had his emotional operating system reinstalled. He's no longer obsessed with Mi-ju, but has turned to worrying about Ha-young. On the other side, the villagers also decide to go straight to the city to witness the Day of Judgment with their own eyes. In the courtroom, Young-soon quietly sits and waits, her pensive eyes remembering the old days when her husband was still alive. She whispers in her heart, praying that his soul from afar will give strength to her son so that he doesn't hesitate, doesn't turn his head, but just keeps moving forward like a warrior. She hopes that Kang Ho can face the truth head-on, like the way her husband used to look straight at the powerful people and never bow his head. She hopes that every cell in her son's body will burn with a spirit of steel. From his eyes, his smile, to his hands and feet, every movement must exude an unyielding aura. When Kang Ho enters the trial, he doesn't say much, but lets the evidence speak for itself. He shows the recording of the conversation between Woo Byok and the former assistant. The tape clearly shows Woo Byok's violent intentions and harm towards the very person who used to stand shoulder to shoulder with him. Because the assistant knows too much, knows the secret door in Woo Byok's dark life. Not stopping there, the assistant also testifies that Woo Byok has dealt with 3 close assistants, including Secretary Soo-hyun. Kang Ho immediately drops a second bomb, which is a USB containing a full range of documents about the shocking financial scandals of the corporation. From embezzlement to money laundering, everything is recorded meticulously like a diary of crimes. And the original owner of it is none other than Secretary Soo-hyun. Pushed to the wall, Woo Byok still tries to deny any connection to Soo-hyun. He pushes all the blame to the assistant as if that's the only way to keep himself out of danger. But no matter how shameless he is, the truth still refuses to remain silent. At that moment, Kang Ho unexpectedly invites the next witness, who is Tae-soo, the person who used to help Woo Byok handle a series of lawsuits for many years. Tae-soo starts to turn on him like a pancake and testifies that Soo-hyun, who used to be a secretary for both sides, confided in him that she was pregnant and felt seriously threatened. And what makes people choke the most is the testimony that the child in her stomach was Woo Byok's. This news makes Kang Ho smirk, while Woo Byok seems like he wants to jump out of his seat. The anger makes him unable to sit still, immediately getting up to refute the mess that was just said. But then Woo Byuk accuses him back that it was Tae-soo who dealt with the two mothers and sons, even borrowing the hand of his daughter Ha-young to harm Kang Ho. In the back row, Young-soon, who was tense, suddenly feels a pain coming over her. But she tries to hold on, suppressing everything just because she doesn't want her son to see that scene and abandon the trial. Ha-young unexpectedly appears and makes the audience silent for a few seconds when she boldly stands up and tells the whole truth that was buried for so long. She's the one who put the medicine in Kang Ho's water, and not because of resentment or blind jealousy, but because of a spectacular trick from the very person she still calls her father. She was filled with the belief that Kang Ho had a child with another woman, and even heartlessly dealt with the mother and son to clear the way to marry her. The person who wrote that script is none other than Tae-soo. That statement surprises the entire audience, and Tae-soo can't avoid a slight shock, but he still stubbornly counterattacks, accusing him back that everything was due to Woo Byuk pulling the strings from behind. But when Kang Ho asks why he wanted to deal with him, he tells about the mysterious case 35 years ago related to the death of Kang Ho's father. Next to her, Ha-young falls silent when hearing each word like a knife cutting into her heart. The person she used to call her father not only tried to harm Kang Ho, but was also the culprit in the wrongful death of Secretary Soo-hyun and her child. Ha-young admits that she had seen with her own eyes the DNA test results of the child. Right then, Tae-soo plays his trump card by presenting his daughter's mental illness record and begins to play the role of a helpless father crying tears for his child. But Ha-young doesn't let herself be dragged into that performance anymore. She sobs, saying that her own father and Woo Byuk had colluded to manipulate the law, bribing police to falsify the traces of injuries on Kang Ho's father, and then staging a perfect script for a blatant crime. Despite Tae-soo trying to persuade the judge to stop the trial because he believes his daughter is losing control, the court allows it to continue. Kang Ho requests to determine the truth in an undeniable way, which is to check the child's DNA. Afterwards, the boat owner hesitantly leads a boy into the middle of the courtroom. That innocent face makes both Woo Byuk and Tae-soo widen their eyes in astonishment. It turns out that on that fateful night, Soo-hyun had risked hiding her child on the boat and jumped into the sea alone to divert those chasing after her. Even more surprisingly, the real father of that child is Tae-soo, who had been crying tragically a while ago, has now been stripped of his right to rebut. Both Woo Byuk and Tae-soo had a hand in Soo-hyun's death, in addition to dealing with the two mothers and sons, and also the wrongful death of his father years ago. Below, Young-soon can't sit still and immediately gets up and applauds endlessly for her son. The entire village also stands up and claps. Gradually, no one can restrain their surging pride. On the podium, Kang Ho smiles brightly because at this moment, he only sees one person, his mother. Finally, the two old foxes, Tae-soo and Song, are handcuffed and dragged from the courtroom amidst the shouts of justice. Ha-young also doesn't escape punishment, but because of her repentance and cooperation, she only has to serve a light sentence, which is 2 years in prison. In the days that follow, the small village returns to its familiar rhythm. Today is a special occasion. Everyone gathers to celebrate Young-soon's birthday. She slowly stands up, gives a kind smile, and expresses her deep gratitude to each person. She says that in the 35 years since setting foot in this village, even though there were times of turbulence, in the end, everyone's sincere feelings kept her here. The two mothers and sons have no blood ties with anyone, but are always welcomed with open arms. That, to her, is more precious than gold. Then, she begins to look back on her entire life, having experienced enough joys and sorrows to write a novel hundreds of chapters long. When her parents died early, she learned how to cherish her gentle husband by her side. When her husband left, she poured all her love on her only son. And then, when her son is sick, she realizes that having lived almost her entire life is also a precious and irreplaceable thing. And now, as the last pages of her life are gradually closing, she suddenly understands that the people around her, who then become close friends, will be the ones who continue to fill the void that she leaves behind. Young-soon also promises that if one day she goes to the next world first, rest assured that she will stand right at the gates of heaven waiting. At this time, no one in the group can hold back their tears. They know they are about to say goodbye to a mother, a grandmother, a neighbor who is always generous and kind. Kang Ho brings out the birthday cake. At this time, everyone also starts singing happy birthday. He puts the cake on the table and tells his mother to make a wish before blowing out the candles. And that only wish is also the last wish of Young-soon at this time. Nothing more than the wish that in the next life, if there is one, she only asks to be Kang Ho's mother once more. Because nothing in the world can make her happier than that. After the birthday party ends, Young-soon gently hands over family heirlooms as her last message to Miju. She gives her the ring that her father-in-law had respectfully placed in her hand all those years ago. And to Kang Ho, she gives him the ring that his mother had given to his father. She only hopes for one simple but precious thing, more than any wish, which is that the two of them live happily. That evening, Kang Ho asks to sleep next to his mother, and she continues to want him to sing for her. And so, he lies next to her and sings in a choked but loving voice. In the quiet space, she whispers, Mom is so happy, then closes her eyes and enters a long sleep, leading her to another world where she still silently follows her son like a fleeting wind that never leaves. At the funeral, the entire small village is present to bid farewell to her, the kind woman who silently sacrificed for so many others. Kang Ho steps forward to light incense, and then chokes up and sings "I'm So Happy," which is the song his mother loved the most. And just like that, other voices gradually rise, creating an emotional farewell chorus. No one cries out loud. They sing with smiles, like the bright and radiant face that Young Soon used to carry throughout her life. Many days later, Sam Sik visits Ha Young with a unique gift. It's a few brand new sets of underwear that his mother bought, but somehow ended up in his hands. He brings them to give to her, making Ha Young laugh so hard she almost chokes on her saliva. He also doesn't forget to make a promise as sweet as sugar, which is that he will wait for her no matter what. As for Kang Ho, he officially puts aside his illustrious career as a prosecutor to return to being a muddy-handed farm owner. The artifact photos in the house are all intact, lacking only one thing, which is their wedding photo. But then they find something even more precious in the family photo frame, which is a handwritten letter from their mother. Although she has left, she's still always in their memories, in meals, in laughter, or in every step. She apologizes for sometimes living too strictly, too imposing. If she could be a mother again, her only hope would be to let her son do what he likes and live a free and happy life. That day, Kang Ho doesn't cry anymore because today is an important day, which is the day he proposes to Mi Ju. And as a tribute to his father, years ago, he chose to bring a piglet to propose to her. The sincere and simple proposal is like their love. Both chose to live happily together for the rest of their lives. Besides the tearful mother-child love, the love between couples, there's also a kind of feeling that makes people never forget. Human kindness. Something that exists plainly but deeply in a poor but compassionate countryside. Okay, the movie comes to an end here. Thank you for watching our channel.